other centers who are coming up behind you?
Oh, a lot. I would say kind of anybody in any position, but especially in my position because center is such a really unique spot, and it doesn't really correlate a lot with the other positions. So I try to do my best. I know it's a hard spot to learn. I came out of high school and I didn't play center in high school, so it's hard to develop. So I've been trying to pour into them as much as I can.
You've been able to relate to William and Bison. I don't think they were centers out there learning like you were. Have been able to relate to them that way.
For sure, and they're both, they're nice kids, they're good kids, and they came in here ready to work and learn, and anybody like that I can respect and get along with. But yeah, in that aspect too, I know it's really hard. Usually, if you're getting recruited for O line, you're not playing center in the high school position because if you're just playing tackle usually because you're the best on your team. So that's it's a quite an ordeal to learn.
Some of the toughest guys to go against on the
Man, all of them really. They're doing a really good job on the D line. The coaching has evolved a lot since I've been here, and they've added in guys and through the transfer portal, and guys have gotten older since I've been here. My whole time, and they do a really good job. Especially in college. People get hands on, and then they kind of just quit and pass pro, but not our D line. They work second and third moves, which is really uncommon at this level.
But there's always work to be done. But do you feel like having a veteran group, you guys are kind of already starting ahead of where you normally start this time of camp?
Maybe so. There's still a lot of work to be done. It's just like anything else. If you don't do it for a while, you get a little bit rusty, and there's kinks and stuff to work through. So we're trying to get better at every position. Everybody on the O line has work to do, and we're trying to get better day by day.
You've been around a lot of offensive lines. Is this the most veteran group you've been around? What's that like? Been like for you?
Probably. I'm not sure exactly the numbers or anything. Maybe I've been on one that's older when I was early in my career here, but it's been really really cool. Seeing guys develop. I mean, kind of like I said with the D line, there's been guys that have added into the transfer portal that are here now and in significant roles, and there's also guys that are, that have been here my whole time, like me and Sprags, who have kind of just gone here and kind of developed the whole way through. So it's been really cool to see everybody kind of mix together and make one unit.
We talked to him the other day. What did you see from Bennett Warren?
You talked to Bennett Warren the other day?
Yeah, he was.
Oh man, huge kid, can bend really well, like has a really good chance. A guy that didn't early enroll, he's a new slide in here at the midway point through the summer and everything. So that's something that he's still trying to grasp the offense, and then on top of that, trying to get the technique and everything. But the base and the foundation is all there.
You're pretty close to Andre Curie. What did you see out of him last year when he got injured, and kind of how he went about his business trying to get back, and then what do you see out of him now?
Kind of the same thing I kind of went through, just trying to wrap your head around it and trying to figure out a way to fit in and just get yourself back and get yourself right. It's a battle, every time somebody gets hurt, it's people don't realize how affecting that is on the mental. So just trying to get that spot of it right, and then when you get back on your feet a little bit, try to work through the football stuff of it. But Andre's a really, really, really talented football player, and I'm excited to see what he can do this year.
How's the dynamic for you changed? You've had a quarterback that's been either a peer or one of the team leaders, a captain, and now the quarterback is younger than you. How's the process?
Right. I've kind of been thinking about it a little bit. It's kind of hard to think though, because Nico's so mature for his age. He's a younger guy, but he doesn't act like that. But like you said, I've had guys, that weren't just mature. They were like 20, 24, 25 years old, like older guys. So it's been a little bit of an adjustment. Just got to be really communicative. Kind of the whole offense in general, but especially with me and the quarterback, you got to talk a lot and kind of pick each other's brains. And he tries to see how I'm seeing things, and I'm trying to see how he sees things. So just trying to get on the same page there. It's been really cool.
We talked about there for a second, communication back and forth. What other examples of his maturity are obvious to you?
I mean, I've talked about it a lot, but just kind of his whole process here is just been eager to learn and humble, and I think that maybe people don't think that being humble is a mature leadership kind of thing. Everybody thinks a leader is somebody who's very boisterous and loud and always talking and everything, but he's a guy that came in ready to learn and kind of soak up as much knowledge as he could from his peers and everything. And I think that was a big first step, and it's kind of grown into him being a leader and still kind of having that aura about him and that humbleness and readiness to work and learn. And that's a big thing that you can leave behind.
We obviously see his physical ability. How is this kind of football smart?
impressive for a young guy that's got 1 star.
Super impressive. I think he even checks me on calls a little bit. I try to give him as much leeway as he wants. If he sees something, he can always change the protections and everything, and he's taking advantage of that. And he's done a good job seeing the whole field, which is the problem coming out of high school with a lot of kids. It's hard to slow the game down and see the whole picture. I think he does a really good job of that.
What was Nico like in the Citrus Bowl? His 1 star, was he nervous? Was he quiet? How was it?
No, I wouldn't say either. Not nervous or quiet. Just who he was. I mean, he's not a like I said, he's not a naturally just loud, screaming all the time kind of guy. But he's very confident, and you could tell that, and we believed in him fully. So I think that helped him a lot too.
What do you see in Jake Mark?
Oh, Merklinger, he's a great kid. I haven't seen too much. Like, I don't know quarterback. I talk about Nico being talented and stuff. Guys, truly, I don't know what I'm looking at. I have no clue. I just see the ball go into the hands, and I think it's really good. I don't really know what I'm looking for, but I'm sure he's going to be a great quarterback here. He's still trying to grasp everything, but he fits in great. Great young kid, and he's ready to work and ready to go.
If you could put yourself ahead 5 months from now, your season, your time at Tennessee is over, your time playing college football is over. What do you want your legacy in this last season to be?
Biggest thing is just I left this place a better place than I found it. I think that was a big thing coming here as a local kid and a guy that's been around this, community and fan base and program for a long time. Is I wanted to leave this place a better place than I found it. And if all things go according to plan, Lord willing, I think we will this year.
This time last year, you were obviously battling with that injury, hernia surgery. How much stronger do you feel today than maybe how you finished last year or this time last year?
A lot. Just really, it's the mental thing, knowing that I feel good and knowing that I'm 100%, and yeah, I feel really good.
Describe Gaston Moore kind of as a player and his role within this program.
A guy that his whole time here has really pushed the guys in front of him. Great teammate. Somebody that is always rising the level of competition. Great leader. I love Gaston personally. He's a great guy to have around, and he's played his part here best he can. Thank y'all.
Thank you.